Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing.
All right. All right, hey, shalom. Shalom. Okay. First and foremost, I want to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect out there. All right, this is Brother Yeshaya. All right, this video is going to be about the NEURO-SWARM micro C-hip. Now, so this devil is very he searched all the things out, man. The scriptures say that he's wiser than Daniel. So he's basically came up with a way, that beats the so-called non-surgical, the surgical way to implant a micro C-hip, okay? Which is by what? It's going to be in form of an injectable, okay? But look though, that still goes into the charagma, okay, and the Carax, okay, the Palisade or the delivery system that he will use, because when you insert the needle, that's and then it is basically a shot, okay, it's injectable, all right, but they're using this as the injectable where it goes into your bloodstream, all right, and basically goes past the blood-brain barrier, okay, and actually gets into your brain that way, which is still the Motb. Okay, don't think it's a loophole to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's commandment of not taking this thing, man. All right, but this is just another tactic of Edom the devil. Okay, and another one of his tactics, man. That the elect will be privy to via the Holy Spirit. All right, So this is a NEURO-SWARM. It refers to a pioneering non-surgical brain computer interface technology consisting of a swarm of injectable nanoscale sensors capable of reading and transmitting brain activity. And I'm going to play this little video once again. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Okay. But in this video, right, this video is gonna basically give you a rough overview of what this technology entails. And just really fast before I play this video, I stumbled upon NEURO-SWARM. I don't know if brothers ever did a video on it, but this is my first time seeing it. NEURO-SWARM. Okay, I stumbled upon it. I was watching a video of a niggard, all right, in this world, all right, a ninja. And he killed his grandparents, and then I was watching the interrogation because I like seeing, wicked-ass Jake squirm, all right, and feel nervousness for, the wrongs that they doing and get years in jail. But it's entertaining to me. But anyway, lest they're of the elect, lest they repent. But anyway, he said he had a NEURO-SWARM implanted in him by the government. So they're going to be using a lot of these flunkies, a lot of these thugs, a lot of these gangsters that go in and out of jail to really be the forefront, okay, of, pushing this micro C-hip, this Motb agenda. So without further ado, I'm going to play this video and then get some scriptures.
To enable surgery-free brain-computer symbiosis, we have developed nanoelectronics at wafer scale and lifted them off the substrate to create free-floating, subcellular-sized wireless electronic chips with record power conversion efficiency. Then we have attached these electronic chips with living biological cells to create unique cell-electronics hybrids, which fuses the versatility of electronics with the biological prowess of living cells.
That's the whole thing, okay? The fifth industrial revolution, all right? They want to merge human with computer. Okay, they want your ass to be the walking, Wi-Fi, walking modem. And it's gonna do nothing like Elder Yashwamba says, and I agree. It's a very stupid plan when you really think about it, and that's why certain scriptures like the grievous sword. That's why it makes sense, because you're putting radiation in somebody, and it's gonna be whatever is tied up to these data centers feeding it, and whatever is getting, and that's going through your body, man. It's gonna have a adverse effect on you, which the scriptures refer to as that noisome and grievous sore that you people gonna get if you take this thing or any type of thing. He's gonna have it multiple ways for you to get the MOTB, and this is just one of them.
Hybrids can be placed inside the body with a simple injection in the arms, and they can travel seamlessly through the body fluids without being attacked by the immune system. These hybrids enable the first demonstration of electronics which can even cross the intact blood-brain barrier and autonomously recognize a target disease region in the brain and self-implant there. These electronics provide precise electrical stimulation of the brain, enabling surgery-free brain-computer symbiosis for transcending humans beyond diseases and biological limitations.
You heard it right. Transcending human from biological limitations, aka forming human with man. Okay, or I mean, it's like forming human with machine. All right, forming human with machine, man. Joining human with machine. Okay, which Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is not with that. All right, that's not how this was supposed to go down, but it's not going to go down because the Lord is going to disappoint this man. All right, like the scriptures in Job 5 and Job 20 states. Okay, so yeah, man. All right, hey, we're in those times, and and look, he has it going down to the cellular level. All right, cellular level. With this thing, man. All right, so yeah, and that's crazy, man. To the cellular level, to where it's recognized by your cells and it flies under the radar of your white blood cells, which form your immune system. Okay, man, these devils got to go, man. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, and that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is the power. So that's what he wants to do. He's basically trying to fulfill what Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is doing on the right hand, which will be done in a weak left hand type of manner, which is tacky, is stupid, it's it's not smart. Okay, and these are the guys that have the high IQs, but this is not a well thought out plan. All right, this is basically made out of desperation and panic. All right. Verse 5, remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things, and now you know that withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Okay, the time of the Gentiles is almost up, man. Okay, time of Esau's reign is almost up. All right, and that's the Roman, army. The mystery of iniquity, because it was broken down at a point in time. It was talking about Antiochus Epiphany in a certain, and I think it's this one, but I got to go back and check. Verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. And this what you call right here is a sign and a lying wonder, okay, telling people that They can bypass surgery and everything like that. This is not medical information. Bypass surgery and everything like that just by getting something injected into them, which will, adhere on a molecular cellular level to the point where your own T cells, your own white blood cells won't be able to, you know, exsolve of it, because that's why they had to do that. They had to put whatever, is not gonna trigger the white blood cells, because they would attack any foreign object. All right, and this is a foreign object. This is a chip, micro chip. This is technology, man-made technology going in something that's past their understanding, which is the human body. Of course, the Lord gave them little glimpses and little parts to understand the human body to help us further along, all right, and band-aid us up, all right, and to band-aid a lot of you niggas up that he wants to see to the end, okay? You done had multiple bypass surgeries, then had heart transplants, and had all type of stuff, all right, just for you to be able to be here in this day to get burnt the hell up, man. All right, the Lord is cold with it, all right? Verse 6. And now ye know that withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he now will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved, man. Okay, so let's go to Revelation 13. All right, because it also talks about the false miracles and deceiving, Revelation 13 and verse 14. Yeah, we started at 12. I'm going to start at 11. And I beheld another beast come up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, representing your Republican and Democratic parties, your bipartisan parties. So a bipartisan system, which bi is 2 and party, okay, 2-party system, all right. Which they're 2 horns of the same beast. All right, and he spake as a dragon, because pretty much those draconian laws are going to be instituted back in the world. Okay, let's see. He spake as a dragon, Dracon. A dragon, serpent. Let's see. Yeah, basically going back into Draco. All right, he was a Athenian law maker, and his ways, were very harsh. That most of them was basically punished by death. Okay. So yeah, it's not giving me the. But yeah, a fabulous kind of serpent, okay? So yeah, these draconian laws, man. All right, let me see. All right. So yeah. All right, so going back into the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter. Yeah, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, the Roman Empire. Okay, the one that was killed by that deadly head wound, but then lived. All right, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, which this is Rome 2.0 coming back, the revised Western Roman Empire, whose deadly wound was healed, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. So this is so much of a great wonder, okay, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. So this is all Nebuchadnezzar, you know, coming back, okay, where he wanted the three holy children to bow to that image, okay, and those three holy children, they didn't, man. All right, three, what is the number of understanding, okay? So, and the Lord also said he has 7,000 men which have not bowed the knee to Baal, all right? So the completion in the thousands of men that are set up from the beginnings of this earth before it was even made to overcome the victory, right? And I'm gonna read it. And verse 14, and deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which has the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many was not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is the wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Shazah stigma. Okay. And you go into the root words of the Mark. All right. And he had which is Karagma. All right, Karagma. Okay, a stamp imprinted mark. Okay, a mark branded on horses. Basically, you signing up and putting your neck. Basically you're bowing to Esau. All right, and telling him that you want to be a servant forever. It's a spiritual oath. When you go to the oath where they bore a earring through a slave's ear, which symbolized that he wanted to be with his master for life. Okay. And here's the Karax, okay, a pail, a stake, a palisade, okay, that would represent the syringe or whatnot. All right. So you got Karax, Kragma, all right. And last but not least, you have Grapho, which goes into the information that will be on that said micro C-hip. All right, so the Lord got this thing wrapped up, man. All right, but also, well, let me go to Revelation, because there's going to be certain men that got the victory over the beast, man. Okay, and we wish to be a part of that number. Let's see. I think that's 15. Yep. Or Revelation 15:1, and I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues. For in them is filled up the wrath of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So the elect are going to get this victory over this beast, and going to be above the atmosphere in a chariot looking down. And like the scriptures say, they gave, let me get it. They gave praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and were frightened. So that's, you're going to be in spiritual body, man. Still fearing Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And at that same hour, there was a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. Okay, Babylon the Great, okay, with its 10 zip codes. And in the equate, and its citizens included, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. Okay, complete number in the thousands. And that could be millions, because millions is just thousands upon thousands, all right? And the remnant were frightened and gave glory to the power of heaven. So, Lord willing, we are part of that. We don't want to be the ones that are down here, suffering. All right. The Lord said what he said, weeping and gnashing of teeth. All right. So let's go to the book of Job. Job 5. Because, hey, it's already set in stone that he's not going to get this victory. He's not going to be able to accomplish, what he believed that he's going to do. This is Job 5 and verse 12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. And how is he going to take the wise in their own craftiness? By having the ultimate destructive missile, okay, being that ICBM, that nuclear missile, okay, that them them team of scientists came up with, all right, from the inspiration of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, to totally take his rulership out, okay, with force, all right, with fire. And that's the second death, inevitably. The thermonuclear missiles doing that thing. So he had them create their own demise, in a sense, all right? So call hello Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And this is the last one, Job 20. And it reads, when you read these, you got to believe that these words are faithful and they're true. And then when we read these, we really get, you know, a sense of, it's a faith booster. All right. Job 20 and 22, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow steel shall strike him through. All right, so, and it is drawn, it cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall, terrors are upon him. So that glittering sword is going to come out them shallows, the missile shallows, wherever the fuck they are, wherever the hell they are, and they're going to totally destroy this place. And, inevitably fulfilling Isaiah 14, when Yahushua, and also when Yahushua said he beheld Satan fall as lightning from heaven, which represents how fast and powerful these people are going to be taken out of their power seat and their rulership over the earth, and in the institution of a better kingdom, okay, which dwelleth in righteousness, all right, is what we're waiting on. So I'm going to end it with that. Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect out there. Shalom.